This evening's experiment is all about heating up an amount of soup in a microwave oven and the same amount of soup on an induction hob. Alright, so I'm going to split this soup into exactly two parts. One part's going to remain in the pan to go on the induction hob, and the other part is going to go into a microwavable bowl to go in the microwave. Yum yum chicken soup. Homemade. So here I'm trying to get roughly the same solid and water content into each bowl so that it's a fair test. So I've got 343 grams in that bowl at the moment and 332 in that one. That's the soup with exactly the same amount in the pan as there is in the bowl. We're going to heat it on the induction hob with the lid on. We're going to put this one in the microwave with a cover. And every minute I'm going to stir the contents of the induction pan and I'm going to stir the contents of the microwave. Okay, and I'm going to use a temperature probe to see how long it takes and how much energy it takes to heat the soup to 90 degrees. My microwave here is a Panasonic inverter microwave. It's a few years old, but it's probably typical of what's in a lot of households. It is a combination microwave oven grill, but we're just using the microwave functionality. All right, and this is rated at 1000 watts. So here the hob is an F induction hob, and I'm using the ring that's appropriate for the size of pan. Using the temperature probe, you can see my soup is at room temperature, which is currently at 21 degrees, just flickering between 21 and 22, which is right. The thermostat is set at 21.5, okay? And in the induction pan, it's the same, it's just 22 degrees. So I'm going to do the microwave test now. Unfortunately, I can't leave the temperature probe in the microwave oven as we do it, so I'll need to test the temperature every minute that I bring it out as I stir it. Soup's now in there under a cover, and we're going for the first minute on high power. You can see on the electricity meter there that is using 1640 watts on full power. I'm going to do quick now so we lose as little heat as possible in the stirring process. So I need to stir the soup, okay, for the even heat distribution, as you would always do with a microwave, and then test the temperature. And the temperature is now reading throughout the soup 45 degrees, 46 degrees. So it's time to go in there for another round. Round two. This is the second minute. That's the end of the next cycle. Let's take the lid off, take it out as quick as we can, stirring it for a minute, and then you can see that is now 65 degrees. As I move it around through the soup, it's changing a little bit, but it's pretty well 65 degrees. Okay, just for the third minute. Now realistically, you would probably only heat it that hot if you wanted to eat it straight away, but this isn't about eating it straight away, it's just getting to a consistent temperature, okay, to see if microwaves or induction hobs are actually more efficient at heating the soup. Just coming up to the end of the third minute. And there we go. Lid off. Soup out. bowl's really hot now. I don't have time to steaming a bit. I don't have time to use oven gloves, so let's see what temperature that is. And that is so 81 degrees. Just move it around the soup. It's just changing between 80 and 81 for after the 3rd minute. And there we go for minute number 4. So I imagine it's going to be pretty hot this time, and after the 4th minute it'll probably be at the temperature that we need to be. It's going to be pretty hot for my little fingers as well. I should be using something like oven gloves to get this out, but I'm going to risk the short amount of time with my bare hands. And there we go, that is very hot. Right, so just stir that around a touch and get the thermometer in there. And that is 90 degrees, 91. Looking at the electricity meter there, so those 4 minutes of microwave energy was 88 watts, and we'll work out the exact cost later. Alright, so the same test now on Induction Hob. Less drama with Induction Hob. I don't need to touch it and get it out, but I am taking the lid off. I'm going to heat it with it on, take it off to stir it, measure the temperature, and put it back on. Now this is going to be a little bit different, very slightly, because I don't need to stop the heating process each time I stir it like you do in a microwave, but that is actually just one of the advantages of using an induction hob against a microwave, and I can't help that. Okay, so on power setting level number 9, this is going to be using 1600 watts. I have an energy clamp on the cooker cable which is measuring it accurately to see later. On and 9, and there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to stir that. It's already just starting to steam. Stir it around like that. Get the temperature probe in. And after a minute, we are at 66 degrees and climbing. So put the lid back on. Okay, now at sorry, so 1 minute 50, it looks like it's already boiling. So it hasn't taken 2 minutes, and that is at the 93 degrees. So let's turn it off there. So that was about 1 minute 40 seconds that it started boiling. It was so quick that it took me a little bit of my surprise. But anyway, as it looks, it's 44 watts for the induction hob to heat the soup to 93 degrees, and it's 88 watts for the microwave. Therefore, the microwave is twice as expensive to heat the soup as the induction hob is. On the first graph there, you can see that the microwave used 88 watt hours of energy and the induction hob used 44 watt hours of energy to heat the soup to 93 degrees, the same temperature. So the microwave took 4 minutes and the induction hob took 1 minute 40 seconds. So you can see the hob is putting an awful lot more energy into the pan and therefore into the soup than the microwave is. For heating that bowl of soup, the microwave cost 3 pence to do that, and the induction hob cost 1.5 pence. Expanding that at the bottom, you can see that using the microwave twice a day, every day for a year would cost you £21.84 to heat a bowl of soup, and using the induction hob per year, using it 2 times a day would cost you £10.92 to heat your bowl of soup. So the pros and cons of a microwave. Well, there's less washing up, I suppose, because you don't need to use a pan to heat it up in. They are a cheaper appliance in the first place. Induction hobs are quite expensive, but even so, that Panasonic microwave wasn't cheap. It was a £250 microwave some years ago. It wasn't a cheap microwave, so I'm quite actually disappointed in it. I don't know what other people's microwaves are like. I'd quite like to test some others, but this one doesn't seem very efficient. And of course it is a plug-in appliance, so you don't need to have it installed in your kitchen like an induction hob. But saying that, you can get induction hobs that are countertop now, so that could help. So yeah, not very efficient. It's using double the energy of the induction hob. It takes far longer to perform the same task. If you have more than one bowl, in other words, you're cooking for 3 or 4 people, you need 3 or 4 bowls of soup, it's going to start taking 15, 16 minutes, whereas in an induction hob it would only take 3 or 4 minutes. So onto the hob. Very fast to heat. They're really good at boiling things with lots of liquid in there. And that demonstration was only on 9. If you put it on setting P, then it increases it again by 50%, so it would be 50% quicker. However, it does tend to burn a lot of things very quickly. The granularity of the settings for each ring of the hob means that you can set them exactly to what you need to be, and there isn't any energy wasted, so you can just simmer or just get a good temperature and not waste any energy by overboiling. So yeah, it's very energy efficient and cheap to run. The disadvantages are they are expensive to buy and install. Of course, you need induction compatible pans, and good ones at that. If you use inefficient pans, you just waste the energy. Thank you very much for watching yet again, and please subscribe if you want to follow any of the videos that I'm doing. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.